Welcome everybody to the year-end Robnostication. I'm just going to give you a few thoughts that I have going into 2024. It is December right now, and going ahead, I want to tell you what I see coming, because it's not just about what I think. It's not just about what I'm guessing or feeling. It's about what the numbers are telling me. If you're interested in knowing my perspective on what's going to happen as we go into 2024 and beyond, well then this Robnostication is for you, especially if you're moving here. My goodness, that's who I'm talking to, is those people moving here or those people about to put their properties on the market in Las Vegas. If you're thinking of doing that now or in the spring, selling your home, this is information you need to know. Let's talk. Hey, what's up everybody? I am Rob Howe. I am with Elite Realty, and I'm all about houses and you. So when you are ready to buy a home or sell a home in Las Vegas, Nevada, now you know how. And if you take a second to subscribe to my channel, I got stuff coming at you every week. I got new homes. I got tours of neighborhoods, tours of model homes. These homes are available, and you need to see them if you're interested, even in just checking out what's happening in Las Vegas, Nevada. If you want to know what's happening, here's what I got for you. The numbers in the last several months, I've been talking about them every week. I do my weekly numbers, the Market Watch, How's Housing Watch, and it's telling me every week what's happening in the future. I know already how inventory is going to turn out when we get our numbers by the end of the month. I know that by mid-month. If you're watching my channel, you know that too. You already know where the direction is going. I've been talking about inventory because inventory is always the story. If you want to know where your power lies as a buyer or as a seller, you need to know what's happening with the inventory. And lately, the inventory was going up. The last several months, we've seen it go up, but not like crazy. Not like crazy at all. And as a matter of fact, in the recent weeks, it's been up and down. We've had a little shoot up, we've had a little drop down, and it's been a little surprising to me to see how strong Vegas truly is, how many people are still looking at buying and selling real estate right now. Now, the selling side, there's not as much. It's been very stable. Just the same amount, basically similar amounts coming on market. There's been a little less buyer activity. That has been a little still more than what I thought would be happening at this time of year. I thought we'd see a little bit more inventory piling up and more opportunity for buyers. The opportunity hasn't been bad, but it hasn't been nearly what I thought. Really, I thought it would be a little bit better for you buyers out there. Now, we still got a month left in the year. I'm filming this earlier in December, and January is typically a slower month. So if you are a buyer, the story's not over for you as far as being able to get a good deal out there. I think you should do that. I think you should be looking to do that in this time for the next 60 days plus. As we approach spring, this is my Robnostication, easy one, because spring is going to spring up. We will have more activity in spring, as we always do. The question is how much of the sellers will be coming out, and if rates will change. A lot of people, I got so many different opinions. It's not just what I see out there in YouTube land. So many opinions just from people that, I talk to, my clients and so on, and people interested in real estate that I talk to. Many people think the rates are gonna come down pretty quick into next year. I actually don't think that should happen. I think that there should be these rates held longer, these higher rates, because the bond market has still brought those rates down. We were all the way up around 8s. Now we're in low 7s. Okay, just by the bond market being optimistic. And now the rates have come down. If the Fed also moves the rates, I think that's happening too quickly, and you could be risking seeing more inflation. So that's what they're trying to combat, right? And look, all the messages out there, every message is negative on real estate. It's mind-boggling how much negative news is out there about what's happening in real estate. And probably the most mind-boggling part about it to me is that it's really not negative in Las Vegas. It's really spectacular considering all the bad news that you hear. Vegas is hanging in there. really strong. We had better activity, more buyer activity this year than we did last year, which is a little bit of a surprise. And I've been seeing it on my own personal listings. They're selling, folks. They're getting showings. You know, we're not getting desperate, okay? Now, you got to be smart if you're a seller, and that's always going to continue. If you're not getting the responses you want, if you're not getting the showings you want, you got to make a change. Either that or you're going to hold off till the spring. The spring might give you what you're looking for if you're not getting your price right now. It's a might, though, because I just think there's a lot that can happen. Still, I do think Vegas is going to be fine. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. You never know what's going to happen in the future. I'm telling you what I think based off the numbers, based off factual things here, the actual activity, the actual numbers. But the reality is we don't know what's going to happen for sure until we get there. I will keep you informed every week. That's how you're going to know what's happening. I assure you, anybody that's been watching me knows more than other people who are watching people that are just guessing or they're using all these metrics. I mean, like, I do look at the foreclosures. I do look at the short sales, those distressed properties. I look at them. They're not going crazy and they're different. They're not your grandfather's foreclosures, okay? Many of these foreclosures are getting redone. The actual mortgage holder is putting money into them so that they can sell them for top dollar. All right, I've got one that I'm going to be putting up that's in my neighborhood. It's shocking because they had so much activity, they raised the price on it. They made a beautiful home out of it. It was in bad shape. They foreclosed on it, made a beautiful home out of it, and now it's going to sell for more than they originally listed it for. I know you buyers are coming here from out of state to Las Vegas. We are continuing to be that spot. That's what's going to continue to hold us up. Also, the fact that we're not seeing desperate sellers here, and overall our employment is doing well. We got so many projects, so many things coming here. I would have never thought Super Bowl in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the middle of the desert. Well, I guess it shouldn't be that surprising after there was an ice hockey team that won the Stanley Cup, right? Now, I mean, shouldn't be that shocking, I would think. But baseball, it's coming. So we got baseball coming. We got people still investing here because they know that they're going to have a property that's going to rent for a good price. And while the rents might not be climbing like crazy anymore, they're certainly not going down by any big amounts. That's all important information. Now, as I look ahead at next year, what are the factors that are important to me? Well, obviously the interest rates. What's going to happen there? A little difficult to know, but I think it will be held higher for longer. Maybe in 6 months into the year, we start seeing some changes in the interest rate. We will see, because that might be determined more on what's going to happen outside of Las Vegas, because Vegas is going to do fine. I mean, I think Vegas is going to continue to do fine even with higher rates. Other places are not doing as well, so that's what they're looking at. We can't completely crash some areas because the rates are too high and suddenly there's nothing happening there. So keep an eye on that. But also, we have an election year coming up. If you've watched me on Angela O'Hare's channel, she's talked about this a couple of times, and I'm starting to move into her camp a little bit because I think that we have an administration right now that's going to say and do everything they can to try to make the real estate market look like it's doing okay. Don't be surprised if you hear that rhetoric out there. And if you're like me and you're sort of like not buying into some of the BS out there, because I've seen so much that has just been, said, but not reality, then that's what would happen if they start talking about the real estate doing so great, right? But right now, it appears that everything is terrible. All this news about real estate in the last several months have been totally negative. So it'll be difficult for the administration to push back on that unless they call for rates to be changed sooner, which I think would be a mistake. Okay, it might ease things up for a little bit, but it could bring back inflation. And I think that's the thing you do not want to do. But we'll see. Will they do that? I wouldn't be surprised. I've just seen too many bad moves being made. Not a fan. I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of what the administration has done. I don't think it's about being Democrat or Republican. It's about making the right moves I really wish we would get out of this paradigm of, we got to be over here, over here. How about we just do what's really smart and best for all the people? That's ideal, right? Maybe I'm out there, folks. I'm like an alien from another planet thinking about these things that would benefit everybody. How dare I? Anyway, that's what we're going to look at. What's going to happen as we go into next year? Will we have a strong year because it's an election year? On average, and the numbers say that we usually do. I think that's going to be what carries 2024 overall with the real estate market. And in Vegas, I'm not really sure I care much about what's going to happen across the country, because the more that some of these places get pinched, the more they're going to want to be coming to Las Vegas. We're just that place. We are that place for the soft landing for people financially that want to get away from where they feel vulnerable. They're just getting hit too hard when it comes to some of these places. So Vegas will continue to be that place. Vegas will be on top throughout 2024. It's the old strong stay strong, as I've been saying for a while. If there's rough news across the country, if there's impacts across the country, Vegas will be one of the least impacted areas. So that's why strong stay strong. Mark my word on that, folks. That's a Robnostication coming at you no matter how things go. So I hope this information and my weekly numbers help you decide what you're going to do when it comes to real estate in Las Vegas, Nevada. If you're thinking of selling in the spring, probably not a bad idea. I think it's going to be a good time to put your house on the market. And if you're thinking of buying, I think you should probably get on that horse and buy before the springtime, because I think that's going to be your best deal all the way until late next year. That's where I think you're going to find your best deals. And even if the rates change, folks, I think you're going to have a harder time because, better rate, but the prices might be higher. The inventory may be lower. That's not going to be exciting as a buyer. To me, the rate is very, very important. So get a good rate now. Ask the seller to buy down your rate if you can. Or if you have the funds to do so now, you should do that. Get a little off the price to help you with your rate. Okay, because later on, if they change rates, you may not have these opportunities. All right, folks. I hope this helps you once again, and I will see you on my next video. I got some videos coming out for you on model homes that are for sale, and some homes in some areas that are for sale. I'm showing those model homes. They're selling quickly, and they're in hot spots, folks. So you need to check those out if you're thinking about moving to Summerlin or areas in Las Vegas. I have one listing that's still available out there. It's 1189 Via Casa Palermo. So check that one out if you're looking for a casita. It's in Lake Las Vegas. And anyway, the last thing I need you to do besides subscribe to my channel is to have a great day, folks. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.